Okay, so in this what if, as the title, it's gonna be What If Naruto's a Puppet Master? That's not the title though. The Scorpions Apprentice. Yeah. So background info. This is Naruto's gonna move to Suna, or the village hidden in the sand, after he went on a trip with Hiruzen and learned puppet mastery, because there's no puppet masters in Konoha, or the Hidden Leaf Village. So, and he masters it from stumbling in on Sasori's workshop. Let's get into it. So, Naruto says he's going for a walk. Hiruzen says to be back before dark. And then Naruto says, okay. And then he's walking around the village. Then he, stumbles upon a hidden workshop and a warehouse. It's filled with a bunch of wooden puppets, stuff like that. So then he finds a letter. It says, and it states, "Hello, you have found my workshop. Good job. If you are reading this, that means you have found my workshop, and I am not in the village anymore. And I joined the Akatsuki," something like that. And then says you have to learn puppet mastery in a week. And if you don't, and if you fail to, you, will die. Oh, and this is, the what if where it's Naruto, it's Gaara's only friend. Something like that. He's, Gaara's only friend. Because he has, the Nine Tails, too. So, yeah, let's skip, a week. And he's, 6 days. And he's building his thing. He failed one time. And the counter started to speed up. So he did it again. He did it, and he stopped the traps when he walked around. When he walked down the hall that he sent his puppet through, it was dodging, flamethrowers, knives, stuff like that. So he was making it, he made it, and he stopped the traps. He walked over to grab the letter, but then someone says, "So, you mastered puppetry?" And then he turned around and he says, "Yes, sensei," because of course he left, a thing of what he looked like. Yeah, he was inside his puppet. But, and then Sasori said, "Show me your puppet." And then he gives it to him. He's looking all around, stuff like that. And he says, "Good for a beginner, that is." And then, he says, "Thank you, sensei." He calls him sensei because he basically taught him puppetry, puppet mastery. He's basically a puppet master because of Sasori. And, dang it, yeah, stuff like that. And then Sasori, he uses his tail that pushes a brick, and then two things come out. And then, two scrolls come out. So in this, Naruto's wearing, the Toad Sage thing, but it's, black. It's, black on the top and red on the bottom. He's wearing, Ombu pants. And he's still 5. No. He's not wearing that stuff. He's still 5. He's wearing his, white t-shirt, stuff like that. So then it brings out the mother and father. He's like, you can use these as examples for your new work. And then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, like, Naruto's name is... Naruto's nickname, you know, like how Sasuke has Sasuke of the Red Sand. His like, name is gonna be Naruto the Red Scorpion, something like that. Naruto the, I don't know. I'm just gonna come up with something later, I think. So he walks out, and then Ruzin says, "Why have you been gone for a week?" He says, thinking about my future. Some like that. Yeah, and then Naruto says, "Can I join Suna?" And he says, and then Naruto says, Hiruzen says, "Why?" And then Naruto says, "It's a better life for me in Suna instead of Konoha." And Hiruzen thinks about it. He's like, "Okay." Oh, and then Kurama says, "So, you're gonna be here with my brother, Shikaku." Something like that. Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, why not? I'll befriend him. 'Cause he's your brother." Something like that. So then Naruto, like, joins the academy, something like that. They have sparring matches. Naruto built his own. I don't know what to say his is. It's like a basic puppet, but he doesn't use it. He has to learn taijutsu, so if his puppets don't work, he can fight on his own. Something like that. And since Naruto has his befriended Kurama, he can put Kurama's chakra into the strings. They're not invisible, but they're stronger than steel. Something like that. Naruto's chakra strings are invisible. So, yeah. Something like that. So, because he puts enough chakra into it to make it invisible. So, he basically mastered puppetry already. Like at 5. So, he builds his puppets and everything. And I'm gonna say he has, like... And then, let's just skip to when he's 12. He's friends with Gaara. Gaara's, like, a little crazy, but not as crazy, because he has a friend. And Naruto is on Gaara, Kankuro's, and Tamari's team. Naruto's, like, falling for Tamari, because, like, yeah, he's like, she's freaking hot. Something like that. Any 12-year-old would be like, yeah, like any 12-year-old would be like, she's freaking hot. Something like that. And he's, like, falling for her a little, and so yeah, Kankuro and oh yeah, Granny Chio. Kankuro is like, "Who did you learn puppet mastery from?" And then Naruto's all like, "That's classified information." He's like, "Oh, okay, you don't want to share your teacher," something like that. And then Kankuro says, "I don't know who you learned it from." Granny Chio asks, but since he's an elder, he's like, "Sasuke of the Red Sand." And Granny Chio's like, "What? My grandson, he went missing." He's like, "Oh, I know. I stumbled upon his warehouse. He had letters and stuff in there." Naruto uses, like... So he has a 7 Deadly Sins collection, which are in scrolls. Oh, his outfit, I should explain that, because it's different from canon. Since, you know, it's like... let's say it's like the 4th Hokage cloak, but it doesn't have, like, the 4th logo on it. It's white and red. He has Anbu pants, normal shinobi shoes. He has... Where would he have the Where would he have the head protector or the headband? He has like the Ombu mark because I think he likes it. The head protector. So where would that be? So I'm trying to think where the head protector would be. Let's just say it's on his arm, something like that. It's on his cloak. It's on his, like, oh, and he wears the Ombu shirt, the Ombu armor, stuff like that. But it doesn't really show because he has it under the cloak, sort of. But he has it on his cloak, cloak, something like that. No, he has it on his arm, but the cloak just covers it. Yeah, so he has his 7 Deadly Sins collection. That's his, like, main. That's his, like, favorite things he has. So, there's a fat one, which it's, like, fat, sturdy, something like that, with the kanji for gluttony. Then there's this one with black hair, with long black hair. It's like a feminine figure. Feminine figure, kind of tall, like like an adult size tall, something like that. Which has the kanji on its forehead for lust. Then there's this one with like a mischievous grin on it. It's kind of tall, long arms. With the kanji on it for greed. I'm gonna explain his like mechanisms when we get to it. But then he has his other one. It's like a tall, sturdy, sort of muscular, but with a tired expression. With the kanji for sloth. So, gluttony, lust. Oh, there's this like, it's like sort of tall. It's like in the middle of tall and short. It's in between fat and skinny, something like that, with the kanji for envy. Gluttony, lust, greed, envy. Oh, there's this tall one, it's like super tall, and it has like long arms, and it has the kanji on it for pride. I'm trying to think of the other ones. So okay, so I did pride, greed, gluttony, sloth, envy. So I did gluttony, greed, envy, sloth, pride, lust. Okay, so wrath. It's sort of tall. It's sort of tall, and so it's taller. It's like a more taller figure, and it has the kanji for Wrath. It's like the strongest one out of them all. And yeah, sorry if that was, I don't know how long this would be, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to leave it off here. In the next part, I'm gonna do a little foreshadowing the Chunin exams. Bye.